Social media is messing with a lot of us, and today's video will realign your thoughts. When you focus on what someone else's have that you don't have, what you're doing in that instance is that you're focusing on lack. You're focusing on what you don't have. So what happens when you focus on lack? More lack tends to show up in your life. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica Omo and I'm on a journey of stepping into my power. And if that's something you're looking towards to do this year and the years to come, then definitely you need to hit the subscribe button and join the community. So today's topic, I want to talk about the comparison trap and how comparison is killing a lot of us in this world. Case study will be social media. I believe that comparison has been there since forever, since the dawn of time. And I believe it's something humans subconsciously do. It's not something that people intentionally do. I don't think that that's going to change, but this video is going to change your perspective to 100. Since the invention of social media, just living in the modern world, comparison has skyrocketed and it's killing our self-confidence, it's killing our self-worth, and it's making some of us feel really low about ourselves, and it is burying some of us into the ground. So let's talk about comparison and how you can get out of this comparison trap. That's why I said social media is a case study, because you cannot talk about comparison and not talk about social media, because social media has made comparison much of a bigger problem, because now we are more aware of what everyone is doing on social. People post their lives on social media. You see TikTok videos where people are like, come with me to go to Hermes, come with me to go to Louis Vuitton, and all of that. We didn't used to have the capacity to know what we know now about people, but I just need to say that social media is good for a lot of things, and it obviously has its negative impacts in people's life. Like, we see everyone traveling the world, we see that girl in Maldives, we see that girl in Santorini, we see, different people traveling around the world, enjoying themselves, some at a very, very tender age, and we see that influencer on Instagram buying their dream house, like a mansion, and we see that girl from high school get engaged, we see our mates get married, having children, and we see all these highlights in people's life, because that's what Instagram is. It's a highlight reel. So often we tend to compare ourselves with these people we see on Instagram. We tend to compare ourselves with that highlights. We tend to compare ourselves with this online presence of this person, and we keep on forgetting that what this person is showing us on social media is just a highlight reel of their life. You cannot compare someone else's highlights to your own behind the scenes, your down and dirty realistic life. You can't. Instagram and social media is literally where people talk about their achievements, talk about very, very brief highlights of their life. They're not putting out the major behind the scenes, what went down before they went ahead to get married or buy the house they're living in or travel around the world, traveling to 36 countries in the world. They're not showing you the behind the scenes. All you're doing at that point is that you're comparing your current situation, or you're comparing your behind the scenes with the highlights they've shown you. So I'll just give an example. I got monetized on YouTube last year. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for that, YouTube, and everyone that has supported me on here. God bless you. But I posted that on Instagram. That is me celebrating a milestone. But people on Instagram see that as a money-making milestone, right? They're not seeing all the work that went down. They're not seeing the days I will post and I don't get views, I don't get comments, I don't get likes, I don't get any form of engagement. They're not thinking about that at all. When you're looking at a highlight reel on Instagram or any social media platform, you're actually just thinking about that highlight reel, but you're not thinking about those low moments. You're not thinking about the sad moments. I mean, everyone has moments in their lives where the chips are just down and they're just going through whatever they're going through. What you're doing, you're not thinking about that highlights. You're only thinking about the highlight they've shown you on social media. All I'm just trying to say is that there's always ups and downs. There's always a boring moment throughout those highlights you're engaging in on social media. And when we compare ourselves with this highlights, we are not thinking about what's going on behind the scenes or the stressful moments in between. We're just thinking about that highlights. And that is not an accurate comparison, because you're comparing someone's good moment, someone's success that they've just shown you to your whole life, that is just damaging. You have to always remember that what you're seeing on social media is 1% of someone else's life. You will never be able to comprehend what someone else is going through unless you live their life, or unless they tell you what is happening in their life. You will never understand. So what I'm saying is that you have to be very careful with social media. You have to keep that in mind. You have to be cognizant of who you're following, what type of content you're following, and if it makes you feel good or if it makes you feel worse about yourself. I hope you know that it's okay to unfollow some people on social media. Maybe the people you follow on social media are not good for your mental health. It's alright to unfollow them. There is nothing absolutely wrong with that. The next point I want to make is that you're really only seeing a little snippet of someone else's life when you compare yourself with them. And what I mean by this is that, let's say for example, you are 19 years old and you're comparing yourself with a 30-year-old lady. And this 30-year-old lady has her own business. She's thriving. She's, making the bag, making so much money. And you compare yourself with her and you start to feel bad. So maybe that's something that you really want and you start to become jealous of her. What we're doing here is that we're comparing ourselves with that highlight reel. We're feeling bad about just the highlight of that milestone. We don't think that is her chapter 6. We forget the struggles that she went through. You don't think about the struggles she went through to get to where she is at the moment. You don't think about the hard work. You don't think about the days she could not sleep, the sleepless night, the money she lost in running that business. We do not think about that. My question is that, why don't you think about the struggles that she went through and be jealous about the struggles that she went through to get to where she is, if that makes sense? Like, you need to align with everything. You don't just look at a particular chapter, a particular highlight of what she's showing you and just be jealous about that. You need to be jealous of the whole package. That's what I mean. For example, yes, she may be this thriving entrepreneur now with a great business and makes a lot of money. Maybe her entire 20s, she was just working hard. She grinded. Maybe her family did not support her in the process. Maybe it was even really tough for her emotionally. Maybe she had no time to date anybody. We don't really know. We do not. But the point here is that you as an individual will go on social media, look at just the highlight reel, and you're jealous of that highlight milestone, which is not appropriate, because you need to think about what led to that person's success, what led to them achieving to get to where they are today. All we just look at is that highlight and compare ourselves with that highlight. You cannot just look at 1% of people's life and compare that to your life. You can't look at one tiny shot of someone else's life and compare it to your own unique life, to your own unique ups and downs. You don't know everyone's full story. You can never know everyone's full story unless you actually lived their lives. You can't compare yourself by picking and choosing different attributes or achievements that other people have. You always have to remember that there's so much more than you're actually seeing. What you're jealous of in other people's life could actually be a guide, and what you secretly desire. What you need to remember is that there's usually so much more than what you're seeing, and there's so much work that goes into what they're doing as individuals. Now, the next tip I want to give you is a very powerful tip. It's more like a mindset shift, and this will totally change the game for you. So whenever you see someone that you start comparing yourself to, oftentimes we start thinking really low about ourselves, and sometimes people tend to start thinking about the things that they don't have, that this other person we're comparing ourselves, they do have. What you need to do is that you need to start appreciating those qualities, those achievements, and those success of other people. Because here's the thing, this is how the universe works. When you're focusing on what someone else has that you don't have, what you're doing here is that you're focusing on lack. You're focusing on what you don't have. What happens when you focus on what you don't have? More lack tends to show up in your life, and you're going to feel like crap all through the process. But when you switch your perspective, like you're saying, when you see on social media media a girl getting married and you're like, oh, that guy is getting engaged, oh my god, I'm so happy for her. Oh, that girl got a new bag, that is definitely a beautiful bag. When you see all of these highlights, you give back a positive remark. You're happy for them to come into your life. It's having this positive abundance mindset that will not only transform how you feel, but what you also get into your life. When you see someone with something that you do not have, you need to see it in them and be happy for them. Oh, she's beautiful, I'm so happy. Oh, she's so pretty and I'm so happy for her. Oh, she has gotten her dream job. Oh, she's a data analyst. You need to see the abundance in that for that person for you to attract such into your life. Lacey Phillips from To Be Magnetic, she has this term called the expanders. And I love this term called the expanders. So expanders are people who have already done what you intend to do, what you wish to do, what your dream is to do. Or they're people who have already become who you want to become. Or they have already achieved what you want to achieve. These are not people that are meant to make you feel bad about yourself. They are meant to inspire you. And not only that, they're meant to show you that because they are capable of doing this, you too are also capable of doing that as well. This can be a mindset that you can have in your life. So like when you tend to, compare yourself or feel jealous about someone you're seeing on social media, look at them as an expander. Look at them as someone that they have achieved what you want to achieve in life, and be happy for them. Let that abundance spirit, flow in you. Let them inspire you. Let them lift you up. Let them create excitement for what you're going to be one day. What I want you to do is focus on creating that abundance mindset at all costs. It's going to save you from the whole comparison trap. And you're realizing that just because she's winning, it doesn't stop you from winning. That is literally the kind of basis having an abundance mindset. Is that there are no win-lose situations. When you start being happy, when you start loving seeing people succeed in life, you're a million times more likely to succeed yourself. So you need to shift your mindset to, whoa, I love what she's wearing. She looks absolutely stunning. This will honestly change how you think. This will honestly change how you view life. This is honestly change how you see Instagram and social media as well. Now, the next tip of getting out of this comparison trap is that you have to start building up your own life and focusing on your own life. And especially with the invention of social media, TikTok, Instagram, you're just scrolling and scrolling. Yes, I know TikTok can be so addictive, but I'm happy that I have broken out of that TikTok addictive chain. I even barely go on there, barely these days. So you need to learn how to focus on your life, and you see yourself, analyzing other people's life, the whole comparison, all of that, which needs to stop. And at the end of the day, we're not actually living our lives because we're just scrolling and scrolling on social media. When we're free with our free time, we're just scrolling on social media, Instagram and TikTok and other social media platforms. If you find out that you're comparing yourself a lot with other people you see on social media, I feel like you need to take a social media break. You need to stay back and focus on your life, focus on building your life. Set up a planner, set up goals that you want to achieve. I believe in setting goals to achieve for the day. It puts you on your toes so that you're doing it and you feel good about yourself when you do that. Because I honestly strongly believe in setting goals daily. You can set goals for the whole year, but setting goals for the day is just tiny bits of habits that would actually make your life blossom. Instead of watching other people's social media, you can focus on your life by building more skills, bringing up more hobbies into your life, moving your body, being active, going to the gym, working out at home if you do not like to go to the gym, nurturing your relationships, just literally doing something with your life. But not on earth for a long time. Do you really want to be on earth, watching other people's life forever? No, you do not want to do that. Do you want to be the person that you're just like, oh, I know what that girl was doing all through her life? Do you really want to be that person? You kind of have to keep it in perspective that life is not forever. The major reason for this comparison trap is that sometimes we tend to think about other people's life and we're just so stuck up in those people's life. Be it celebrities, influencers, you're just very much aware about what's happening in their lives and you just know it all. And by doing that, you're not even building your own life. I just want you to be more passionate about your life And remember that one day you're going to die and going to leave this world, and you do not want to be remembered for, oh, Jessica knew all about Beyonce. No, you do not want to be that person. You have to start living your life to the fullest. You have to start living your life for yourself. And oftentimes we're just focused on these people and we're not even prioritizing our lives. And last but not least, this one's a bit cheesy. I know, but it's very, very true. There's this saying that I've heard that you cannot compare a rose to a true love. They are both beautiful. They are both beautiful. They are both lovely. They are just so different that you cannot compare both of them. And this is how people work, and this is how life works. We all have our own unique stories, our own unique past, our own unique attribute, our unique strengths, our unique things that we are good at, our unique things that we are bad at, our unique highs and lows. And just because someone that you see and you're comparing yourself with them, it doesn't mean it takes away value from what you have now. If you could probably hear a tulips inner dialogue, and they're saying to themselves, I'm not good enough, I don't feel like I can do this, I don't feel like I'm fit for this, I don't feel like I'm enough because I'm not like a rose. You'll be like, are you crazy? You're beautiful, you're just different. This doesn't mean that you're less valuable, you're less special because you can't be compared to a rose. For example, if you understand what I mean. Especially as women, we tend to compare ourselves with other people, and I want you to always remember that what other people have does not take away value from what you have, or another person's beauty does not stop you from being beautiful. We are all beautiful, and we are all great people in our own different ways. We can all win. There are so many celebrities that are all winning, and they are different people. They are not even probably friends. They are not close to each other. They're all succeeding in their own different parts of life. I just always want you to remember that because you see someone winning doesn't mean you can never win. It's not possible. You can always win in this world, okay? There are businesses that have started, and there are businesses that have started years ago, and there are businesses that just started recently. Some of the businesses that have started recently are blossoming, and they are even topping up with the top people that has been in the business. So don't ever feel like there is no room for you to succeed. There's no room for you to achieve. I want you to always see it in a way that there's always room, no matter the year. Even in a recession, you will succeed. Even in inflation, you will succeed. Forget about what is happening in the world. All you just need to do is change your perspective, change your mindset. When you change your mindset, you start to bring in abundance into your life. Don't think about lack. When you think about lack, you attract more lack. We can all support each other. Leave a comment below. I'll be waiting to see all of your comments. We can have a chat about everything I've discussed on this video, and if you have more to put about this video, I will be more than happy to see you. Share your thoughts, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I would absolutely love for you to stick around. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you again next time. Bye guys.